Hello valued viewers, I hope you're all doing very well and welcome back to our fourth mini naval battle in Sea Power. So far, as a reminder, we've done Kirov battlecruiser versus Iowa battleship and the Americans won. Then we did Virginia cruiser versus Slava cruiser and the Soviets won. Then we did more cruisers, Ticonderoga cruiser versus Kinder cruiser, and the Americans won. Today I want to try out destroyers. I had a quick look around the destroyers available and one jumped out as very potent. The Soviet Sovremenny class here, 8,000 tons. She's essentially based around her anti-shipping missiles, the SSN-22 Sunburn supersonic sea-hugging missile. And I immediately thought, wow, what a dangerous vessel the Sovremenny must be to other surface combatants. So today is going to be the Soviet Sovremenny DDG. I now need to find a US opposing destroyer. At the time of making this video, we have 4 US destroyers to choose from. The Kuntz class, the Spruance class, the Adams class, and the Kidd class. So let's try and whittle them down. First, we need a powerful surface-to-air missile to take on those Sunburn anti-ship missiles. We have SM-1 here, SM-1 here, SM-1 here, but the Spruance only has Rim 7 Sea Sparrow, which I really don't think is going to cut it. So the Spruance is out. Next, we need the ability to fight back, so they all need 8-pack harpoon launchers, which actually all 4 of these vessels do, so that's a moot point. So back onto defence. Sea-Whiz is going to be absolutely critical for last line of defence. Kidd has 2 Sea-Whiz, Adams has none, Kuntz has none. So these 2 are out by basic process of deduction of what can possibly stand up against these missiles. So today, Soviet Sovremenny destroyer versus Kidd class destroyer. As you know by now, we can go anywhere in sea power, and today we're going to Havana, Cuba. Super simple battle. These mini battles, we always do the same. Surface combatants 50 nautical miles apart. Press go, missiles start firing. So, vessel details. Sovremenny class. As we saw before, 8,000 tons. Flank speed 33 knots. Very impressive. Its main surface-to-air defense is the SA-N7 Gladfly, which you'll probably know as the SA-11 Buk. Range 13-14 miles. It's a very good missile, and it fires them from 2 single arm launchers forward and aft. Then, as we spoke, the reason I spotted this vessel was it carries the Sunburn missile, or P-270 Mosquito to NATO. Range 135 nautical miles, max velocity 1350 knots, so I'm guessing about Mach 1.7. Now that coming at you at sea level is going to be a real problem. It has a total of 8 of those missiles, so that's very scary. We have anti-submarine mortar, not relevant to today. Anti-submarine torpedo, also not relevant. In terms of guns, again, very well armed, very well armed. Better armed than their battlecruiser. It has twin turrets, each has twin barrel 130 AK-130, so a total of 4 130mm naval guns, radar guided obviously. Then we have Sea-Whiz, AK-630, 6 barrel 30mm, and it has 4 all amidships, so 2 port, 2 starboard. So in my assessment of the battles we've been doing so far, this is a really good destroyer, something that could possibly even take on the American Ticonderoga cruiser. In terms of Kidd, actually heavier, in fact really heavy for a destroyer, 9,500 tons, unsure why it is so heavy. Main defense is going to be SM-1MR, range 25 miles, which for a sea-hugging missile like it's fighting today is going to be perfectly fine. It fires these with 2 twin arm launchers, forward and aft, so its rate of fire for surface-to-air should be twice as good as the Sovremenny, which is important. It has Ruhr 5 anti-submarine, not important for today. It has, of course, Harpoon 8-pack, as is standard with US vessels. Range 65 nautical miles, subsonic sea-hugging. Mark 46 torpedoes. Mark 45 gun, 5-inch, single barrel, 2 turrets forward and aft. Finally, Sea-Whiz, a strange configuration of 2 Sea-Whiz on the superstructure, as we'll see. So at this point we have to make a prediction, and I absolutely have not run this because I want to be surprised as well. But if we just compare the basic stats, let's look at defense So surface-to-air missiles, the SM-1 has much more range, but that's not going to matter against surface-hugging missiles. And the Kid has the ability to fire twice as fast with 2 twin-arm launchers to the Sovremenny's 2 single-arm launchers. So that favours the Kid. In terms of CIWS, however, the Kid will only ever be able to bring 1 CIWS to bear, where the Sovremenny can bring 2 CIWS to bear, twice as many CIWS, so that evens it up. In terms of anti-shipping offensive, both have missiles capable of doing over 50 nautical miles. Both have 8 missiles. The Sovremenny's, however, are nearly twice as fast as the American Harpoon, so that really has to favour the Russian missiles. So, I guess today my money is going to have to be on the Russian vessel. I think it's our turn to play as the Russians today as well. Let's start with 1v1. Let's have a quick look in 3D. We have our naval gun forward and aft, 5-inch. We have our twin arm launchers here. We have our harpoons, in this case, amidships. Tiny little things the harpoons are, but they've proven to be so good in these battles that we've done so far. Defensive CIWS, really odd positions. It looks like they almost just added them on as an afterthought. We have one there above the bridge and one there. So a strange configuration. Now, how will this fight? I don't know. Will it go bow on? Will it go broadside? I don't know. But as ever, we're going to let the AI decide what's best for the ship. And the Sovremenny, look at that. What a beast of a destroyer. It looks like a freaking bulldog. Look at its bridge hunching over its forward armament. Amazing. Obviously, it's going to be based around its offensive anti-shipping capability, and we can see the Sunburn missile sitting in those nacelles there. Its naval guns, really impressive. One radar-guided, twin-barreled 130mm there, and another turret at the back. Its CIWS sit there, and the equivalent around the other side. And the arcs of fire are very impressive. These can fire bow on or broadside, and I don't know how the AI is going to position the ship, or whether it's going to go bow on or whether it's going to go broadside again, so we'll have to see. Its arm launchers are there, and all around. I think you agree that is a pretty menacing ship. So, place your bets now. Our standard etiquette is we allow the guy with the slowest missiles to fire first, so that's going to be Kid. Interesting, the American ships usually go for a salvo of 4, I've noticed, but this time we're at 6 already. I've not actually seen this before. 6, they've gone for 6, that's a very aggressive posture from the Americans. And back to the Russians, are they going to respond? Yep, straight away. Massive Sunburn missiles. And how many is it going to salvo? Total 4. Right, battle very much underway. So that's 6 missiles fired by the Americans, 4 of these really dangerous looking things fired by the Russians. 70 feet ASL, speed 1350 knots. That's going to be a hard thing to stop. You see the inviting banks of Cuba and Havana there, viewers. I should say Urban is modelled in sea power, but it's not realistic Urban. So if you go to Long Island and New York and stuff, it doesn't have the correct towers and stuff. It's just generic Urban. Oh, look at that! It's descended. It's now 30 feet. This is the first time I fired this missile, so this is all new to me as well, viewers. 29 feet. That's unstoppable. That can't be stopped. 28 feet. Wow. What a beast of it. I'm going to have to do some research on this missile. I didn't realise it was this good. Oh, it's sped up to 1600 knots. What the hell? So it's now 2 times the speed of sound. More than 2 times the speed of sound. Wow, sorry viewers, I'm going to have to go and do some research. Okay, so Wikipedia says, went into service in 1984, used by the Soviet Union, then Russia, China, Egypt, a staggering 4.5 tons, carrying a 300 kilo warhead, or obviously a nuclear warhead, but we don't model nuclear warheads in this. It uses 4 ramjets for power, plus its initial boosters. Range, as we saw, 150 nautical miles or so. Flight altitude 60 feet above the water, although it's lower here, and up to Mach 3, so 3 times the speed of sound. I didn't know it was going to do this. Right, well, that's a dead American vessel, right? Oh, I love learning about these things, viewers. Yeah, 1,600 knots. SM1's out, but I'm not expecting good things. Naval gunnery. SM1's miss. Duped. Wow, who would have thought that? But he's not stopping another one. Wow. I think that's the most destruction we've seen so far in Sea Power, viewers. 3 massive sunbursts. It's sinking already. It's sinking already. The amount of damage that must have caused. There's no one left on that ship. Freaking unbelievable. Right, now, where are his missiles? His missiles haven't even got to us yet. What an amazing missile. Wow, America must have been terrified of that thing. I mean, that's P800 Onyx style. That goes up to Mark 3 or thereabouts. So, oh, right, I guess I speed time forward now. Wait for the harpoons to come over the horizon. I apologise, viewers. I didn't realise it was going to be this much of a whitewash. So I've got no destroyers to stand up to this. This is the best I've got as a kid. I've been through it with a fine-tooth comb, by the way. Here they come. What are some measly harpoons going to do in response? Naval guns already out. No glad flares out, interestingly. And here's an interesting thing. The ship has gone broadside. That's the first Russian ship I've seen that's gone broadside or quarter on. Usually they hunker down, bow on. First missile down. 5 to go. But they're getting closer. The defense is absolutely formidable. Oh, one got through. What a ship this is. I'm so glad I discovered this. Right, amazing. Right, damage control. Right, oh wow, 1 harpoon did all of that. Look at the amount of scissors. All the radars have gone. Almost all of the weapons have gone. Now, I'm going to leave it on automatic. I'm not going to mess with it. I see it's lost at least 1 damage control team. So I'm going to leave it to try and heal itself as best it can. Will it be able to do it? Or will it sink? It's going to sink! It's dead. It's dead. Let me try that again. It's dead. It can't heal itself. Heavy hull damage. Isn't it amazing what 1 harpoon can do? Or is it? No, it's back! The damage control got it going again. Well, it was only 1 harpoon. They are slowly getting it working again. It's not a kill. I mean, obviously it's a mission kill. It's not going to shoot any missiles or do anything, but it's not sunk. Alright, that was brilliant. That was really, really good. 4v4. Okay, let's respond. Okay, so definitely only 4 missiles fired, or 16 missiles fired total. That said, I mean, they're going to be unstoppable, right? So let's look at the missile again. 1350 knots, 71 feet, and at some point it puts its skates on and gets up to 1600 knots, 28 feet. I've put low sea state in, viewers, by the way. I do that so that it's fair to all Seawiz, so all Seawiz can work well. I know it's not necessarily realistic, but, you know, keeps everything fair, which is what we want for the firepower tests. At some point it's going to be merging with harpoons, because they're on the same trajectory, obviously, so keep your eye out for harpoons. Okay, down to 30 feet, and it does speed up. I thought it sped up. There we go. 1605 knots. Yeah. Trey unstoppable, I'm afraid. Not sure what we're going to find to beat this, to be honest. Here we go. First impact, and it was absolutely unstoppable, and that's a ship split in half. Oh jeez. Well, apologise for that, viewers, but that is the most one-sided battle so far. But until you run them, you just don't know. I mean, it's 2 ships. They're both 8,000 tons or whatever they are. They've both got the same amount of attack missiles, the same amount of defence missiles, blah, 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 blah. How are you going to know it's going to... In fact, yeah, the American missiles haven't hit. Ah, one survived. One survived. Right. So all those missiles did not deconflict properly as they should do, and only, obviously, they sunk those guys. The warheads are enormous. Oh, and the mags are going up anyway. Okay, it's not over. I take that back. Back on with the battle. So now... Oh, you know when I said it wasn't over? It appears I may have lied, because there's another 16 coming for one ship. Huh. But you know what? They can still draw. They can't win, but they can still draw. Wow, more coming out. Because they've got, 32 harpoons on their way somewhere, mid-transit. Plus, it appears that these are going for dead ships. Now, that's absolutely possible. To a radar, a dead ship looks the same as a live ship, so... there is no reason why they shouldn't do that. But this one, unfortunately, has got his name all over it. Americans are out. Just too fast. 3 times the speed of sound. And 1 is all it takes. And the mags have gone up. Wow. We have a new contender, viewers. I give you the Sovremenny destroyer. How crazy that. I think it's even a DCS, but it's nothing like this in DCS. It's just a nominal ship. I've not seen destruction like it. Right, okay, let's move on to the American attack. Although we can see them. The burning vessels. SA-11's going out. Happening at once. Harpoons have missed. I've never seen harpoons miss like that before. Pause. Let's try and find out what's going on here, viewers. I saw at least 3 harpoons miss the ship. Oh, there's plenty more coming, so don't worry. Let's try and find out what is going on. This one has turned round. Dear, what the harpoon? This one's turned round. They must have got confused by the chaff clouds. This one. missed as well. Oh dear, I think we may have found a bug. Weird. Now, unlike DCS viewers, I don't have any replay function, so I can't go back and tell you bit for bit what happened there. You know as much as me, you know. I can only click round as fast as I can click round. What I saw there was that this ship, where was it? This is the flagship, well, this is the leader, is hit or is really hit. It's cooking off. Has moderate hull damage, no flooding yet, but you know, there's a lot of fire on there. This one was sunk because it was hit by about 5 harpoons. These guys here up there, oh look at that. Maybe what we saw was some graphical bugging, or I don't know. I've never had anything not work, you know, perfectly basically, so weird. But anyway, this guy's obviously untouched. So this guy here looks like he's gonna sink. He's gonna sink. He hasn't got enough guys to repair that damage. This guy is listing already, so he's unsalvageable. This guy, he's got moderate fire. I'm getting a feeling they might not even be able to repair that. Let's just run it forward and see what happens, because we're all learning at the end of the day. Well, maybe the harpoons did do their job then in that case. Maybe I was just seeing some graphical bugging because there was so much going on. Someone just cooked off on that ship. Oh, the mag's gone. One's sunk, one's a submarine. Oh, another mag's gone. Yeah, these are going to sink. Look how low it's got. Yeah, it's going down. What about that one? Yeah, they're dead. They're all 3 are dead. Right, so amazing comeback from the destroyer there, from the kid. I wasn't expecting that, I must admit. So in 1v1, this guy wiped out the American easily. It suffered 1 harpoon hit but survived. In 4v4, the sunburn missiles absolutely trashed the Americans. You know, there's no, you know, I don't think hardly any were even shot down. These guys shot a lot of harpoons down, but enough harpoons were fired. 32 harpoons were fired in the end that sunk 3 Sovremenys, and 1 simply escaped by doing that weird wiggly thing, and the harpoons missed him. But the other 3 were sunk. So a narrow marginal win by Soviets. I thought they were going to do better, but what I would consider a really cool, fun battle, and it's great when you don't know what's going to happen as well. That's it, viewers. I hope you enjoyed that, and bye.